Hello YouTube, my name is RadiantXela and I'm here with another Star Wars Destiny deck profile. Today I'll be taking a look at a fan favorite deck that just recently won World Championships. This is my version of the Vader Raider aggro format deck using Spirit of Rebellion cards. You might say this is my take on how the World Championship deck could have looked if it happened a week later. Let's go ahead. So, that's Vader Raider. Yeah, kind of saw that coming, didn't you? So, I'm running Evoc Village for the battlefield. It says remove all shields from the character. Now, why am I running such an odd card, you might ask? It's because it has absolutely no effect on this deck, and it only benefits against other decks. Even though you do have access to unblockable damage, not having it in hand could potentially be those free damage that would lose you the match. So Evoc Village is a great denier for shield control decks. Darth Vader at Elite, Tusken Raider at 1 as always. The effect of Darth Vader is to discard a card after you activate him from your opponent's hand, and Tusken Raider can resolve any dice after you have rolled him by discarding a card from your hand. So basically he has fast hands by discarding a card from his hand, which is pretty damn great. The deck has only 21 health, which isn't that much, so the deck isn't tanky as per se, and that is why I prefer personally to run it as an aggro deck, because it cannot outlast against the control decks that have shown up after Spirit of Rebellion. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm running 2 He Doesn't Like You as my primary tool for removal. No Electroshock with this deck, because it costs a resource, and this deck has a lot of resource problems. So tinkering around with which events to use has been a challenge. 2 He Doesn't Like You to remove a die from your pool and from your opponents. You'll mostly have some blanks or something, so that doesn't really bother you a lot. 2 Trust Your Instincts. This has become one of my favorite blue cards. Spot Darth Vader, reroll his dice, and then draw a card. This essentially says reroll, of course, as any card in this game can do, but it also says draw a card, which is just great because this essentially means you have 28 cards in your deck, giving you a lot larger chance to draw the cards you actually want. Okay, next up is Lightsaber Throws. This card is just... So, what Lightsaber Throw actually does is that it allows you to deal 2 damage to your character just by having a die showing melee damage on your side of the board. What this essentially means is that Darth Vader can hurt for 5, because you control the melee damage, and then you throw the lightsaber to do the 2 damage, and then you resolve the free melee damage afterwards, having dealt 5 damage for just a single resource. Now, next 2 cards have something resembling that effect. 2 Force Strikes. That says turn one of your blue dice to a side showing melee damage, and then you may resolve that die. So you can flip to a free, strike for free, or instantly, or save it to first Lightsaber Throw and then strike for 5. That's a pretty decent combo if you've had a bad hand. This can mostly get you out of that situation and into a front where you are the lead in damaging. A single Boundless Ambition to draw up 2 cards up to your hand size. I really love this card. I've always used it with this deck. So seeing how it actually changed the flow of the game at Wells is just so great. It's been undervalued a lot, and hopefully more people will see the power of drawing cards in this game as well as others, as this game progressively gets older and hopefully better. Following up with Boundless Ambition is a single No Mercy. This deals extra damage based on the number of blue cards you discard from your hand. Just resolve one of your dice showing damage, increasing their value by 1 for every card you decide to discard, blue card, in your hand when playing this card. So essentially Darth Vader hurts for 8 with this card. Last removal card is the Decisive Blow. It says resolve one of your dice showing melee damage and remove all character and upgrades dice from the character you just dealt damage to. Why is this powerful? Because it wins the game. You deal 3 damage with Vader. Okay, that's not so bad. But they also lose all of the dice that they just spent their turn rolling out. That is so grand, especially now that fast hands and force speeds are things. But we'll get to that. Supports, I'm still running Backup Muscle. I kind of like it because it's essentially 6 unblockable damage in this deck, and you want to be the one that gets the killing blows off first. Backup Muscle kind of helps you get there. Going into the upgrades first, Diceless, we have 2 fast hands. It says after you activate attached character, you may resolve one of its character upgrade dice. Such a great card with the Darth Vader, because you can take away their money or you can strike them for free. Either way, you're really getting the edge and they won't be able to do anything about it. Here comes the only defensive upgrade in the deck. It's called Force Illusion, and at first I was very skeptical about this card because it didn't seem that good. Now, having played it for a while, I can see how this is great, because what it says is that before attached character takes damage, you may discard cards from the top of your deck equal to the damage to block it. Then discard this upgrade from play. Now, why is that great? Because it blocks damage. Blocking damage is essentially the key to not dying from modified damage, and a lot of decks right now can modify by 4 and 5, and that's just insane. So even if you have to mill the top 6 cards of your own deck, losing those 5 damage on Vader is what's going to win you the game in the end, if anything is. That's why Force Illusion. Also, it's a target for Sith Holocron. So we said this card would only get better as the game got progressively older. Yeah, with the Palpatine deck out, yeah, Sith Holocron got a lot better. But actually, Vader Raider didn't scale that much on getting it. There's a few new targets, but they aren't really game-changing. But Sith Holocron is still a stable good card. Next card is Force Speed. So what you want to do with this card is, of course, you want to get the special. And you want to get it when you also have a fast hands on the Tusken Raider or Darth Vader, preferably on the Tusken Raider, so that Vader can just spend the extra actions you get with Force Speed to hit your opponent before they can defend themselves. That would be just the perfect resolution of this card effect for you. But RadiantXela, it's a blue upgrade character only! Yeah, but you have a Sith Holocron, and that also can affect Force Speed onto the Tusken Raider, because it is a blue upgrade ability. So, next card is also a blue upgrade ability that I've been building towards getting 2 of in this deck, because it has a lot of modifiers. As previously mentioned, modifiers are the thing these days. And Makashi Training has 3 of them, a +1, a +2, a +2. That is just so great. All it requires is that Darth Vader is on the field when you play it, so you can play this on the Tusken Raider, leaving more slots for the blue character only cards on Vader, and still granting you that damage bonus. Also, this is great in mirror matches, because the action of it says to remove one of your dice showing melee damage, and then exhaust this upgrade to remove a die showing melee damage. So, why is this so great? Yeah, it's great because it removes melee damage, and melee damage is the thing after Vibro Knife got in. You can remove your opponent's Vibro Knife, so they won't be dealing unblockable, or you can remove opposing Vader's dice. Yeah, preventing damage for one of its +1s. That's insanely good. So yeah, one Makashi Training, thinking of going on 2. Force Choke is still pretty much a stable to me to have 1 of. I've never seen the need to play 2, and I probably never will. It has a 2 disrupt and a 1 discard, meaning that it's more suitable towards control decks, but the 2 specials that says deal 1 unblockable damage to another character, and then you may turn one of its character upgrade dice to this side, is pretty cool, because it both blocks a potential hit, and it also grants the unblockable damage that you so desperately want. My favorite blue upgrade of all time, of course, is the Force Throw, as it is with so many. It has a range, it has some disrupt, but the thing is the special that, of course, says remove a die to deal character damage equal to the value showing on that die. Special and blanks are 0s. Now, why is this so cool? First of all, it specifies the value of specials, which I like. But also, you can toss your opponent's expensive cards or their expensive dice into their heads, and they won't be able to do anything about it. I always love the thought of throwing an 80-80 onto Finn just to be a giant troll in the full vehicle deck. So next upgrade is a single Mind Probe. Now, people have been substituting this for Force Lightning. I still greatly prefer Mind Probe, because the range damage on Force Lightning is a setback to this deck. This also has a single, but only a single range damage, and also sometimes you really want to get the discard and the disrupt. Sometimes you just want to your opponent to not play against you this turn. You need them to not play against you this turn. And so you want, or of course there is the special that says 1 damage to a character for each card in your opponent's hand. So yeah, I've come to prefer Mind Probe, and I'm not running Force Lightning in this deck at all. Next upgrade is the 2 Vibro Knives. This is an insane card, and I'm so happy to have finally gotten 2 of them. It has ambush, okay, that's good. It costs 2, okay, that's good. It's neutral and gray, so it fits in any deck possible, okay. 1 melee, okay, that's just insane. Plus 2 melee, that's good. Discard and resources. Okay, so there's only a blank, and that's the only downside to discard. Now, what's the effect? As long as it's in the pool, melee damage dealt by a dice, including this die, is unblockable. So Vader is unblockable. Oh yeah, that's balanced. Real way to go, Fantasy Flight Games. Not building more powerful cards every expansion is how we do this. This is an insane card for aggro and control decks. Unblockable damage is always insane. And the ambush as well? That really wasn't necessary, but still I won't complain, I got 2. So good luck getting 2, people. Because nobody wants to get rid of their freaking vibro knives once they have them. It's probably the best card in the game right now. I think so. I'm willing to make that statement. As of this day, the 11th of May 2017, Vibro Knife is the best card in the game because it just does everything on its own. Next card is Tooler of Power. Speaking of modifiers, this thing can modify anything. That's so cool. I'm really looking forward to people using this in Villain Mill. So far, I haven't really seen that happen, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, you basically want to use it to hit harder in this deck, though. And the last card of the deck is a Kylo Ren's Lightsaber. A pretty stable one for Vader Raider. It deals tons of damage. It has a lot of modified sides, but you have so many unmodified sides with this deck that is just damn great. Also works well against shields with its special, and it has the option to shield off Vader if you should so desire. I don't personally ever see a situation where it wouldn't just strike for free instead happen, but sure, do as you please. And here's commercials. What up, guys? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, remember to like, subscribe, and give any comments for further suggestions that you would like to see in my videos. If you liked what you saw here, then make sure you go to my sponsor, KelsolDK, for any of your nerdy card gamey anime kind of needs. That is KELZ0R.DK. They ship internationally to every country in the world. And if you enter the coupon code RXYouTube into the commentary field with your purchase, you will get a mystery gift discount for purchasing. Again, thank you so much for watching this. Go there, get your good stuff, and I will see you all next time.